So this is a quick walkthrough on the course How to Pass Psychometric Interviews. There are 13 chapters and each one is packed full of personality content and is designed to help you when the next time you face an interview, but more specifically a psychometric interview. Now, what is a psychometric interview? Well, quite simply, you'll have been asked to complete a personality questionnaire at some point during the recruitment interviewing process. And when you go into your interview, the interviewer will be sitting at the other side of the desk reading your reports. And this will give you an idea of what that report is going to be saying about you, and this will help you prepare, regardless of which system is used, for that interview. And believe me, the most difficult questions in the world that you will ever be faced in an interview will be from the psychometric, from the personality aspect, because they deliberately tap into those blind spots that we have and those areas of challenge that we all have. So let me quickly show you what's in chapters 1 to 13 so you know exactly what it is you would be buying if you upgrade today. So the first thing we're looking at is an overview and an introduction. And we're really talking about, okay, what are psychometric interviews? And we'll give you a question there specifically about you so that you can start to think about what those answers are. We then look at who uses them, and we go into some detail here explaining psychometrics and how they're used by employers. And just to point out that People Maps, who developed this system, also developed the systems that employers use. So we really do understand how employers use them and why they use them. So we can give you a very detailed insight into what you can expect. So we're now looking at specific sections here on interview questions that you could get as regards how you work with other people, and this is a big issue that all employers face. They want to know how you're going to get on with the team, and are you going to be more of a problem than a solution. And then we look at the work environment and what kind of environment will tell the employer what kind of environment you're likely to thrive in and which you will struggle with. Chapter 5 is all about how you can come across strong, and what we're doing here is we're picking out your personality traits that you specifically should really be making the most of and what you need to get across. And as long as you can remember what they are, then every opportunity you get in an interview, you should be bringing it back to talk about those points, because that is where you're going to excel against your competitors. And of course, like all of us, there's some things that you probably do not want to be getting dragged into too much conversation about. And if you know where they are, then again you can try and help steer the conversation away from those areas into things that will reflect you in a much more positive light. And we go into this at some length, as you can see. So then chapter 7, we're talking about the actual questionnaire itself and how you should approach that. And again, most people are a bit confused and a bit daunted by the fact when they have to face a personality questionnaire. But you don't need to be. We can help you through with that. And then chapter 8, we're looking at customer service. Almost every job has an element of customer service or something similar to it. And this will talk about what you're good at, what your strengths are, where you will struggle, and the kind of answers that you maybe want to think about. And again, you have to come up with your own answers in interviews. You have to draw upon your own experience and give your own case studies, but we will guide you on what we see from a personality point of view is the direction you should be looking to. And then we look at communications. Almost every role talks about communications, and it's a big problem that all employers have, is getting people to communicate with them and how they communicate. And chapter 10 then goes into quite a lot of detail about the kind of thing the report an employer will be reading about you. And knowing that can really help you prepare your answers. And it's not about cheating or trying to work your way around the system. You generally have to be pretty straight and honest with these things. Chapter 11, managing others. And chapter 12, will you fit in with the team? Teamwork's a big thing. And finally, the 3 strongest assets that you must get across at interview. If you do nothing else, you've got to get these 3 things which are specific to you across at your interview. So I hope that was helpful. Look forward to seeing you on the other side.